YouTube people, today I'm going to show you a new model from Addiesdive AD2034. Addiesdive has sent me this watch for free, I don't have to ship it back, so thank you Addiesdive for sponsoring this YouTube channel. This chronograph, as pretty as it is, might look like, oh whatever, yet another chronograph watch, who cares? No, listen, this watch has something special in a very pretty way that helps this watch to stand out from the crowd. I'm talking about this incredible sapphire crystal on top of this watch. Not only it has very nice curvature, very beautiful edges, but it has the strongest blue anti-reflective coating I have ever seen. It's just unbelievable. I don't understand why Addiesdive doesn't show that in their pictures on AliExpress, because for me that would be the major selling point differentiating this watch from the crowd. Let's begin with the measurements. So let's see what is the size of this bezel. Bezel is almost 42 millimeters, rather big crown, almost 7 millimeters. The diameter of the watch itself, if I measure like this, is the same size as the bezel, because bezel is slightly bigger than the case itself. Thickness of this watch is 15.3 millimeters. Lug width is 20 millimeters. And bracelet tapers down to roughly 16 millimeters. Lug to lug distance is 48.6 millimeters. I do get positive reading on sapphire crystal, and the bezel is mineral crystal. Quite interesting. I never had a watch with mineral crystal bezel. It looks so deep. Bezel sounds amazing and it feels amazing. It has very strong feeling clicks. Those clicks feel so strong that the whole watch feels like it's vibrating when I twist the bezel. It feels so good, like some kind of mechanical wrench. And the alignment is good, very nice. Another thing, how is the friction of the bezel? You know, I can't really knock it off the place very easily with single finger. I have to try, like, really push it. If I really push it, I can knock it off the place, but generally speaking, I would actually trust this bezel as a timing device. Turning, it's not too difficult, but it's stiff enough to stay in place, so it's actually, I would say it's well done. Most importantly, alignment is perfect, it looks amazing, and it feels amazing. Let's see how is the crown action and alignment of hands. The crown itself looks amazing. It's a big, very nice crown, which is very grippy, but doesn't feel sharp. It's a screw down crown, as you can see. Threading feels nice. It screws in and out, no problem, feels good. Now how is the crown ratio? Oh, ratio is very nice, very slow, feels great, feels very smooth, very enjoyable. Alignment of hands, now let's set on 6. Alignment seems straight and nice as far as I can see. On a subdial also pointing nicely at 6, all nicely aligned. Chronograph has very nice pushers. They look like they screw down pushers, but they are not. It's just such is the design, so you can push them without fiddling with them. You don't need to unscrew anything. So let's push it. Let's begin the chronograph. Stop it, reset it. Pushers feel great, have very nice satisfying click. Alignment of chronograph also looks good to my eyes. Second hand pointing upwards nicely in the center. Minute hand on the subdial also very nice. Also look up close at this dial, at the outer ring numbers. Such a tiny little numbers and tiny little markings. It looks just so good. It's so beautiful. Also, how long a minute hand and chronograph seconds hand. Perfectly long, everything is so well done. Can't really complain about anything. I don't see any dust, I don't see any imperfections, and alignment seems fine. Let's take a look at the lume of this watch. It's blue lume. It's all even, all the same. Very nice. And you know, the strong point of this lume that it is actually a long-lasting lume. I have no trouble reading time on this watch well into the morning. And oh man, I just can't stop checking out this watch, how beautiful it is. I can't focus on the subject telling you about the lume when I see such a nice image on the camera screen right now. Even in a dull, dim light like this, just look at this watch. How is the finishing quality on this case? Sides are very nicely polished out. The bottom edge of the bezel is nicely polished out. The top layer of the case is nicely brushed. And what's surprising, that even inside lugs are polished out, which is completely unnecessary, but it's just such a nice attention to detail. On the top, edges feel great. Very nicely finished edges on the top. On the lug ends, very corners on the top feel great. Bottom corners on the outside feel great. Surprisingly so, because on most watches from AliExpress, those corners on the bottom outside feel sharp. But on this one, no. They're nicely finished. I don't know if camera can focus, but as you can see, every edge and every corner is nicely rounded up. Generally speaking, as you touch the watch, it feels great. Even surprisingly, no, even inside lugs, which is very unusual. Even inside lugs, I mean, that's nice. That's nice. Now, how is the case back? Nothing new here. I like the design of Addiesdive back case. It's very nice logo. Nothing unusual. Very, very nicely done. The clasp on this watch is very nice. It has very nice brushed finishing with beautiful Addiesdive engraving, and the very corners are very nicely polished out. It looks good. And what's nice about this clasp is that it is not big. It's compact in size, yet it has plenty of micro adjustments, so it's very practical. And it is made out of solid piece of metal. As you can see, outer shelf is very thick piece of metal, the inside is milled. Look at the fitment inside the lugs, how it nicely follows the contours of the inside of the lugs. Yet the inside of the lugs is polished out. I mean, that's just, you know, just keep that in mind. This kind of finishing, this kind of extra effort, and just look at this bracelet. No gaps, nothing. The fitment is just so good. So good. You don't even see that the inside of the lugs is polished out. This is crazy. Now, how does it look like? Sides are polished out. Middle link and outer links are brushed, and those links are polished out. And generally speaking, it feels great. Finishing is actually, especially for this price point, given the solid ends, solid links and everything, it's actually very good. And let me show you one more thing. Look at the fitment. It just sits in place. It just sits in place. Look. That's some high quality stuff you're seeing there. It tucks, you know, nothing, no spring bar, nothing. I just push it in like that. Look, and that's it. It stays in place. How about that? This is some kind of high quality fitment. This is very, very nicely done. because of such lug design, this watch looks great on custom straps. There is straight line between lugs, that's why there is no gap between a strap and the case, which looks nice. Also the inside of the lugs is polished out, edges are nicely finished. It looks great, so let me show you some custom options. This one is already on the watch, so let's begin with this one. It's pretty good, it's very flexible, very soft, very breathable because it has holes. And of course I will put links in the description to those straps that I can still find where to buy them. Now shiny black leather strap also looks pretty good on this watch, I would say. This watch is a little bit of a strap monster because it doesn't have colors, so any colors look good on this watch. And it's, you know, lug design that it has straight line, there is no gap between strap and the case. It makes it look very beautiful on any strap basically, even on this red. I actually like how it looks like on this red strap. It's kinda playful, not for every day, but sometimes why not? Why not? This one, I believe you all have this one. This one is a little bit better quality, a little bit thicker, soft, feels great, and it looks amazing on this watch. I actually don't like much this particular design of the strap, but I think it looks great with this watch. This one is one of my favorites. It's a very cheap strap, it's like €1.50, something like that. It's very flexible, very soft, very comfortable, and it's rather durable as well. So for this one I will definitely put a link in the description where to buy, because it's actually pretty good. This one is just for fun. I just wanted to see how this watch looks like with a shiny gray strap. I think it looks pretty good. This one is also gray, but it's not shiny and it's completely different because this one is elastic. It looks a little bit different, looks a little bit more sporty, I would say. I don't know, it looks rather interesting. I think gray strap looks good on this watch. Also just for fun, this chainmail of a strap, which is rather thick and very shiny. But does look pretty good on this watch. Original bracelet is very nice, but if you get bored of the original, this one is nice secondary option. Now speaking about the original, let's take a second look at the original bracelet, which I think looks very beautiful. It's, you know, complex in design, but it's actually well executed. It looks nice, fits this watch rather well. Actually, everything fits this watch very well. It's just down to your personal preference. What is the final note for this watch? Well, if you have bigger wrists, or if you just like bigger watches in general, I think this watch is worth your consideration. That does stand out from the crowd with this blue anti-reflective coating. It does look rather expensive in my opinion, and in my opinion it is just hypnotizingly beautiful. You know, sometimes I just want to check out the time and I just look at the watch and I just look at the watch and start playing with this blue coating in front of the light, and I forget that I wanted to see the time. It's that beautiful. I really find this watch beautiful. Well done, Addiesdive, well done. And it's rather well built watch as well. I mean, it has solid stainless steel bracelet with solid antlings, milled clasp, and solid stainless steel case with 200 meters of water resistance, with very good bezel action and sapphire crystal. I mean, I have never scratched a single sapphire crystal yet. So for me, sapphire crystal is unscratchable, which means that this watch is not only gonna last a very long time, but also gonna look very good for a very long time. So it's rather good watch, you know, especially for this kind of money. So that's my opinion about this watch. Thank you for watching. Have a beautiful day. Goodbye.